I'm Colin Hill. I teach at Linwood Avenue School in Christchurch, and I've been using Banqer for 4 to 5 years. And our class are really quite engaged with it, and the conversations they have with each other, whether it's who's got the most money, who's got their money in a term deposit, when's your term deposit coming out, how much are you going to get after that term deposit. And that's the sort of really cool conversations we like hearing at our Year 5s. We often have noticed that they want to spend their money. It's a natural thing, I think. They just want to spend. But I know our Year 6 children have been through the program every year, and they know actually I've got options with my money, and I can increase my wealth if I just, for terms 1 and 2, just be really careful with what I'm doing with my money. And I think they've learned a lot in regards to how they use their money and what they're going to do with it, rather than spending their money on a short-term fix, whether it being a toy or some sort of food that they want then and there, knowing that they can actually put their money in other things, term deposits, KiwiSaver, savings, or even investing it in other things like property. So that's what we want them to learn. The vocabulary that comes out of it, like just talking to some of the children, when they're using term deposit or they're using a mortgage, or that key vocab that personally as a 9 or 10-year-old I wouldn't have had a clue about those sort of things. So since using Banqer, I've seen an attitude change in regards to money, seeing children use money differently rather than spending it straight away on, luxury items. Know they've got options in the classroom, what they can do with it. You are going to get some children who want to spend, but it's better, as I said, they make mistakes in that classroom opposed to in the real world. My advice for teachers wanting to try Banqer is give it a go. Start off really simple, whether it's an income and savings. And there's all these other modules thinking, oh geez, they look intimidating, but actually they're not. When you get into it, they can be a lot of fun, and they're actually the most engaging for kids, I find, particularly mortgages, or a concept I would have thought would be quite full on for a Year 5, 6. Have a bit of fun with it, make it yours, and integrate it within your classroom environment. So ways I've customised Banqer in my classes around, probably the biggest one is mortgage, having Linwood City, having a giant mural on the wall around a property, and I've got my house there, I've got my name. When I get my insurance, I can have my townhouse, or I can have my swimming pool, and that was a bit of a carrot for children to get involved. Particularly KiwiSaver model, we do a retirement thing in Term 4, about to retire very shortly, but so it'd be, for us, I'm hoping that most kids, when they get into that workforce, they get that KiwiSaver going. Even that, it's just been having a simple lesson on that, just got them thinking about it rather than getting to 35 and think, hey, I haven't started a KiwiSaver, I need to do this now. We teach a lot around the skills, particularly around maths, around the skills that we teach, whether it's percentages, whether it's adding, subtracting, but our lowest might be around skip counting, or it's almost reinforcing what we're teaching. Big thing we're finding is those powerful conversations between home and school and the learning. That's quite a common thing from parents, hey, I wish we did this at school when I was there. Other things we might be hearing are around, we've been talking about this and we've created a bank account. But we'll soon see, in 10 years' time, if we see some children making the right decision because of what they've learnt in Year 5, 6, hey, that's great.